I'm proud to sponsor and introduce legislation along with my fellow Senators Mike Lee and Tom Tillis and Rick Scott and Ted Cruz to get tough on child porn offenders.
It's no coincidence that the senator from Missouri comes to the floor today while Judge Jackson's nomination is pending on the Senate calendar and has been discharged from our committee by a bipartisan vote of the Senate last night. It's no coincidence that he is raising this issue within hours or days before her confirmation vote. There are some political groups, at least one well-known political group, that manufactures theories about child pornography and pedophilia and the like, and even inspires deadly reactions to them, and they're cheering this on.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Ted Cruz has long been the most hated man in the Senate and the biggest disgrace in that institution's history, but there is a smug, arrogant little thug nipping at his heels who just may be even more toxic, as noxious person as deadly to democracy as anthrax. That's Josh Hawley, the insurrectionist poster child.
When Congress wrote the child pornography federal sentencing guidelines, and it is Congress that wrote them substantially, way back in 2003, when Congress wrote them, they wanted them to be binding. Congress meant for these guidelines to bind federal judges. The Supreme Court struck that part of the guidelines down.
It's one more very transparent attempt to link Judge Kentaji Brown Jackson's confirmation with this highly emotional issue of federal sentencing when it comes to child pornography or child exploitation. There are some political groups, at least one well-known political group, that manufactures theories about child pornography and pedophilia and the like, and even inspires deadly reactions to them, and they're cheering this on. I've seen their reaction already this morning in the newspaper. They're watching this and hoping that someone can keep this issue alive on the floor of the United States Senate for them.
Illinois' Dick Durbin correctly called out Hawley's grandstanding in the wake of the Kentaji Brown Jackson hearings. Hawley is announcing his plan to introduce legislation that Durbin called out for what it is, a dog whistle to the violent, insane, cultist conspiracy theory network, QAnon. How anyone can fall for the QAnon trash is as deep a mystery as this world can offer. It combines total insanity along with the dumbest and most outrageous false theories ever drummed up. And the QAnon crowd is dangerously violent. When you are already that stupid to believe that nonsense, you are a bona fide danger to society. But these people feed off of one another's insanity and inspire each other to deadly action on their fantasy beliefs. It's nothing but a satanic cult. In the wake of Trumpism, these are the voting blocks Republicans now salivate to capture. Trump brought lunatics out of the woodwork. His polling numbers were underestimated because people that never knew what a ballot was crawled out from under the rocks and voted for this hate-filled, bigoted, hostile, profane, and stupid candidate. For a party totally dead in the water, finding these new voters was a Republican epiphany. They still lost brutally in the popular vote, like always, but Trump got in with the Electoral College in 2016, not with McCain and Romney voters, but with the hate group, psychos, and people so dumb society couldn't even previously catalog them. Josh Hawley built his entire political career on targeting this very segment. He plays to these voters. He plays to bridge the gap between the suit-wearing, greed-driven Republicans and the drooling fringe lunatics and preppers who want to destroy society and bring on a conspiracy-driven apocalypse to cleanse the earth of all the sentient human life because they don't think like them. No sane adult thinks like them. But Hawley doesn't care about lives, America, or even these full Q cultists. He simply sees them as willing pawns, puppets with strings waiting to be pulled. And that's what this phony legislation he's proposing is designed to do, coddle to the whims of the maniacs to give himself a campaign platform. The only result coming from it is further stoking the volatility of the QAnon hate group, deepen the division and pit these rabid wild animals of QAnon against normal thinking people because Hawley wants to motivate these demons to the ballot box. That's why Hawley raised his fist on January the 6th. It's not, I'm with you, because of course he wasn't. Remember, Trump was going to walk hand in hand with the little gorillas up to the Capitol, but where was he? Behind bulletproof glass, watching them kill police officers and themselves in the process on a TV screen. No, it's not, I'm with you. It's thank you, morons, for sacrificing your meaningless lives for my political career. I couldn't have done it without your stupidity. That's Josh Hawley, manipulator, vile politician, violent maniac. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.